And 55.
Oh no!
Do the walls up, then just
lightning.
Alright.
Wee!
Alright. Recover.
Recover. Just kill the bug. Rip
How
that bug.
dare you?
Oh man, I've got my foot planted on the right rudder and I'm still feeling like I'm turning not enough. Ugh. Oh man, nope, go around. Oh, look at that windsock now.
It's like, how dare you want to land on me?
The runway. Coming. Oh, that was a big bounce.
Alright, get your aileron correction in there so it doesn't get up underneath your wing. Nice job. Alright.
Test.
Test.
Test city test.
Test.
Up a little bit. Probably good. Alright, dates are in the future, 2nd of October 2025. Half left out of view, half up out of view. 2 from 150, 50. Good there. Go to our map. Not going to send anything to the Garmin today. Sorry, Garmin. Degree of VOR is 115.2. So you're saying we'll see.
See how it's flagged right now?
So that's what that flag is? Okay. That just means it's inoperable. So when we get up, I guess we'll see it more. And ooh, we just had something big cross by. Probably what we're seeing over there, right?
Yep, that's that anvil that you're seeing.
Big. Alright. Avionics on, we'll get our ATIS.
Your confirmation, Papa 1854 Zulu, wind variable at 6, visibility 10, 5000 scattered, temperature 24, 2.17, altimeter 3004, marks lightning in the distance, northeast and east. Visual approaching use, landing in the parking runway 31, runway 4, NOTAM, taxiway Alpha 4, close, around, taxiway Alpha. As is for Illinois and surrounding states, available on flight service frequencies, and advise on contact airway 8, Papa.
Wow, that is like the worst ATIS I've ever heard.
Your confirmation, Papa 1854 Zulu, wind variable at 6, visibility 10, 5000 scattered, temperature 24, 2.17, altimeter 3004, marks lightning in the distance, northeast and east. Visual approaching use, landing in the parking runway 31, runway 4, NOTAM, taxiway Alpha 4, close, around, taxiway Alpha.
Alright. Clearance delivery 124.
And advise on the contact airway 8, Papa.
Why? Is not.
Your confirmation, Papa 1854 Zulu, wind variable at 6, visibility 10, 5000 scattered.
124 at 675. Alright, so information Papa 1854, winds variable at 6, visibility 10, dew point 24, M24, dew point 17, altimeter 3004, respect runway 31 and 4. Kinda looking better for 4 at the moment, so we'll ask for 4 for now. Keep an eye on the windsock. Altimeter is set. We're gonna get our squawk code.
Yeah, probably what we're gonna do. Let them know we're gonna go to the south practice area. We'll go down there. We're gonna practice some maneuvers, and then looks like they got a band of rain that's gonna come through in about an hour. So we'll probably come back and we'll come to the pattern here, unless that rain just ends up dissipating by the time it gets here. Then we'll go to Pekin.
Okay. KPIA clearance delivery, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, student pilot with information Papa, requesting VFR departure to the south practice area today.
Squawk 534 Alpha, pure clearance. Maintain VFR at or below 5,000. Departure frequency 125.8. Squawk 0225.
At below 5,000 feet, contact 125.8, squawk 0225, 64 Alpha.
Squawk 64 Alpha, feedback correct.
Is this new? Or does it just look different for some reason?
Yeah, there's a, it's a loaner unit.
Okay.
Until we get to upgrade time at the end of the month.
Okay, interesting. Alright, so we have our squawk code. So the taxi stuff, we don't ask for taxi instructions until we pull out and we can see the tower.
Yep, just pull out to a point where you can actually see the tower, then you can stop.
Alright, so make sure my taxi light's on. We've done our ADSB, we've got our squawk code, we've got our radios, taxi light is on, we'll do a brake test, attitude indicator test, turn coordinator test, and HSI compass test. While we're sitting here, let's go ahead and move. HSI compass, it's still looking like it's going to be a runway 4, so I'm going to move our heading to 40, or just 4. 40, I'm being weird right now. And west. Half tick. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and start moving. You ready?
Yep.
So release the brakes. Clear to the left, clear to the right, cruise straight ahead. Point us in the wind. Do my brake test real quick. Like test your brakes.
Alright, my airplane.
Airplane.
Brakes seem good. Your airplane.
My airplane. Go ahead and keep on moving. Turn ourselves to the left. Turn is in the direction of the turn. Ball is in the opposite direction. Turn is in the direction of the turn. Ball is in the opposite direction. Power while I move it back this way. So we're going to get... I'm still not entirely sure where, because obviously we don't want to be on the yellow brick road. And the tower is here, so or will be.
If you want, you can actually go on that yellow line.
I can?
Yep. It's not an active taxiway. It's a ramp line. The actual controlled area doesn't start till you cross the solid line that crosses the taxiways here. Otherwise, you're on uncontrolled ramp.
Okay. Well, tower should be able to see us now, so I'm going to come to a stop right here. And call 121.85. We're still going to request runway 4.
You want an intersection?
I will. I got to figure out how to turn this off. How do you turn this off? Because this is from the flight. I'll need to delete this flight since we're not doing that today. No, plates are still there. How do I, like, clean this up?
Like what you're trying to do?
Like I don't remember having all this on the side. Oh.
Yeah, it's a binder, so it creates a binder for each of your flights so that you can load departure and approach information at both airports.
Okay. I'll just take a look at this then.
Yeah, if you're wanting just the map, you can send it to the map and then read it from there, or you can just read it from here.
Yeah, let's do runway. Make sure I'm not being dumb real quick. KPIA, full screen, runway, it's still, winds are still variable. But that windsock is definitely pointing towards runway 4, so.
Yeah, I'd shoot for runway 4.
Let's do intersection departure at Echo.
Okay.
KPIA ground, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is at General Aviation Parking, requesting taxi to runway 4 via intersection Echo if possible.
Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, KPIA ground runway 4 at Echo, intersection departure, taxi via Papa Alpha Echo.
Taxi via Papa Alpha Echo, 64 Alpha. Alright, taxi instruction is cleared. Clear to the left, clear to the right, clear straight ahead. Papa Alpha Echo. And look at that weather.
Yep, we're going to keep an eye on it. It looks like it's just rain. There's nothing convective in it right now.
I haven't seen any lightning either. I've been keeping an eye out. Coming up on the Papa. Clear to the left, clear to the right, clear straight ahead. Squeaky. Turning to the right for Alpha, turning ourselves into the wind, keeping our elevator neutral. Do 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 do. Keep ourselves turned. Here we're still on the road. Up on Echo. Clear to the right, clear to the left, clear straight ahead. Squeaky wheel.
Yep, at least it works now.
Let's get close enough so that we're not sure that we can turn around, but not far enough that we're docking the taxiway. All right. Bring us back up to 1,000 RPM. So each cycle is good. Let's check this is still good. All that is still good. Brakes are set. Fuel set to both. Trim set to takeoff. A little bit above takeoff. Flight controls up, down, up, down, up, down, left, right. Flight controls are good. Enunciator lights. Enunciating. Instruments. Good, 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 good. Temps are good. Pressure's good. No vacuum yet. No amps yet. Good, good, good. I'm going to turn this to the south, actually. Direction we're probably going to be going. They'll give us a runway heading if they need to. Or a heading other than runway heading if they need. Altimeter good, vertical speed good, RPM good, good, good. Well, I mean, not good, but on, not working and up. Until November. Alright. Oh.
Oh, we are getting a signal though.
Weird.
I don't think it's out of service.
Alright. Run up test, make sure best power. 1800 RPM. 17, 18. Holding steady at 18. Mags. Less than 100 drop, back to both. Less than 125 drop, back to both. Less than 50 difference in between. Vacuum, good. Amps are good. All this is good. Bring us back up. Fuel flow good. Good. Idle check. Not running rough. That's good. Back to 1,000. And we're good. Alright. So, flaps are up. Fuel pumps off. We got our squawk. We got our heading bug. Landing light on. Taxi light off. Strobe light on. Beacon, landing, nav, strobe all on. And note time. Release brakes. Good to go. So now we're going to contact tower 124.0. Our departure is 125.8. Background.
Taxiway out 4 close. Thanks.
Our ATIS in the background.
Okay.
Need it.
And what's your abort plan?
Abort plan.
Or pre-takeoff plan, so.
I don't think I've ever actually gone over an abort plan.
So let's say you're rolling down the runway, you take off, and the engine quits right after takeoff.
Oh. Look for a field right in front of us, depending on the altitude, or try and do a power off 180, depending on how high we are.
Okay. Do you have set limits for those?
I do not.
Okay. So that's something else we can plan when we're out there. Not under the hood, when you're under the hood. We'll go out there and we'll practice this. We're not going to do it low level, but we'll do it up high. Generally what I tell students to say is, if you get rolling down the runway and you take off and you're under 1,000 feet or pattern altitude, you're under 1,000 feet, you're going to spin back, you're going to pick an area within 20 degrees looking outside and put it down right there. That way you're not fumbling looking out your left or right at low altitude. You're picking something right in front of you and landing.
Okay.
If you're above 1,000 feet or you're basically at pattern altitude, spin back around and shoot back for the runway. Or if you turned out, you know, you could say, I'm going to shoot for runway 31 coming in. You know, have a plan that way in case the engine does start to fail on you, you know how to react.
Okay. So less than 1,000 feet, we're below pattern altitude, pick 20 degrees in front of me, pick a landing spot above pattern altitude or at pattern altitude or above. Try to do a turnaround and hit a runway, and whichever one's available or closest or easiest to get to.
Yeah, and we'll practice that out in the south practice area today. We'll see how much feet you lose if you try to do a power off 180.
Okay. And
that'll kind of set your limits for you.
Landing light on, we got all that. So yeah, we already did our checklist, we're good to go. So now we'll contact tower. We're holding short at runway 4 via Echo, ready for departure. Peoria Tower, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is holding short at runway 4 via intersection Echo, ready for departure. On, right, yes.
Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, Peoria Tower, stand by.
Standing by, 64 Alpha.
And you don't have to say standing by. You can just wait for him to respond again. Because basically he's on the phone.
Skyhawk Alpha, wind 020 at 6, turn right heading 180, runway 4 at Echo, clear for takeoff.
Turn right heading 180, runway 4, clear for takeoff, 64 Alpha. So I don't have to say, I don't have to say standing by.
No, because basically what he's doing is he's on the phone right now with St. Louis when he says that, so he's basically talking to somebody else, so if you start repeating stuff back to him, he's not going to be paying attention anyway, so.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're turning left on a runway 4, cleared, nobody on base, nobody on final, runway is clear. Turning. Ready?
I am ready.
And
Captain Jack Sparrow.
full power, maintain right rudder. Watch for that 55. Rotate. That nose wheel isn't shimmying anymore. Did they also fix that?
I think he did.
That felt a lot smoother than it has been.
Yeah, he's been kind of working on it a little bit. Finally.
And maintain 75. Getting a lot of good lift right now. Holy crap.
Oh yeah. Nice weather. Except for the bad weather.
Except for all the bad stuff, but helping for a good takeoff. Feel like a rocket ship right now. Alright. Flying runway heading until we hit 1,400 feet, then we're going to turn right heading 180.
Hello, bird.
It was a big bird.
Alpha, contact departure.
Contact departure 125.8. Have a nice day. See you. 64 Alpha. Alright, let's go ahead and spin us. St. Louis departure, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, just off of KPIA at 1,600 feet.
Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, departure to contact altitude discretion, proceed on course.
Proceeding on course, altitude at discretion, 64 Alpha. when he says proceed on course altitude at discretion, does that also, is that the same thing as saying, what are the word I'm looking for? Resume on navigation? Or is resume on navigation its own thing?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's either resume on navigation or proceed on course. And he did that one, so that works.
What altitude do you want to be at today?
Alright, so if you got yourself a nice little heading, then I'll take over, we'll go under the hood here.
Okay.
Let's go up to, why don't we go up to 3,500.
Okay. Do you want to take controls?
Yep, so I'll take the controls, you can put the goggles on.
Your controls?
I got the controls.
Oh, I gotta take off my sunglasses.
Oh no!
Oh, the sun!
Not those!
Father, I cannot see! I kind of stick them under. All right.
And you just tell me when you're ready to take them.
Oh, I gotta fix my hair. There, now it's sitting a lot better. All right, I am ready.
All right, you got the controls.
I have the controls.
You have the controls. All right, so we started at 31.9.
Although these foggles, am I supposed to be putting them over the headset? Because it doesn't really, you can still kind of see out of, if I turn my head like this, then it blocks everything, but.
Yeah, the main concern is that you don't want to look over the dash.
Okay.
So as long as you keep your eyes at the gauges and below, that's what simulated IFR is. So solely by reference to instruments. So no cheating, no looking over the dash. All right.
Endeavor 5491, turn right heading 360, just to maintain 3000.
All right, so go ahead. You can fly a heading of 180, climb me up to 3,500, and level out, and then we'll kind of work our way down to the pattern, or down to the practice area.
Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll just give you a series of instructions while we're out here. It's going to simulate like you're under IFR conditions. So I'll play the role of ATC. So just as if I was ATC, you can read the instructions back to me. Just don't click the mic, so that way you don't confuse those guys. But
that'd be awkward.
So we'll just keep. I'll give you different instructions on how to do things, and then I'll give you ATC instructions, and we'll do a couple series of maneuvers. We're going to start with just straight and level.
Endeavor 5491, just to maintain 2,500.
I'll turn you to headings. Then we're going to do climbing turns, descending turns. Then at some point we'll do unusual attitudes.
My favorite.
Yeah. Everybody's favorite.
Do you get motion sick?
I don't. Not unless I do a lot of those in a row.
Do you want to get motion sick?
No.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward because I'm like holding my head up and back just a little bit.
Endeavor 5491, the airport is 9 o'clock, 7 miles.
Way I can keep it like that.
Endeavor 5491, cleared visual approach, 20.
Look, Mom, driving a plane.
Approach Blue Street 5494, descending through 20.4 for 11,000. We've got information. Pop.
Blue Street 5494, Stanless approach, visual approach from May 4, just to maintain 6,000.
Is it possible to get the RNAV 31 over there?
Sure, click the RNAV from May 31.
Alright, so RNAV 31, Blue Street 5494.
Man, that weather's really coming at us.
Blue Street 5494, when able, direct to Bove me.
Alright, so why don't you put me on a heading of 210.
That fix, Blue Street
210.
It's BOVME, I believe. It should be the South B6 on the RNAV 31.
Alright, when able, direct Bove me. And did you say down to 6,000 before that also, Blue Street 5194?
I did, 6,000 please.
Alright, down to 6,000, Blue Street 5194.
210, 0.
Alright, so are you familiar with the compass turning errors?
Are you talking about the compass deviation panel thing?
Yep, so you got your...
Yeah, that.
You got your card up here.
5491, there's traffic at your 9 o'clock.
Have you ever seen what happens to the compass when you make turns?
I guess not necessarily what you're expecting, no.
Okay, so you've got it all set, you're a level flight. We'll go just a little bit further here.
5494, cross Bovey at or above 4,000, cleared RNAV 31 approach.
Alright, cross Bovey
I just
at or
fixed
below
that, make sure that
4,000
we're
and cleared RNAV 31 approach on the same 494.
Alright, so since you're at level flight, you can set your airplane on the attitude indicator to set level on the airplane.
Oh, that's what I just...
And
this?
Yep. So put that right there so you know this is level flight.
Yes, sir.
So that way if you see it go up above the horizon, you know you're climbing. Below it, you're descending. There you go. Alright, so that's level flight for you. So, okay, got beacon in sight.
Do I get to have beacon in sight?
You do not get to have beacon in sight. The window is lava. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. Skyhawk 6 for Alpha, turn left heading 180.
Number 5491,
turning 180, 6 for Alpha.
So 64 Alpha, maintain VFR at or below 3,500.
At or below 3,500.
6 for Alpha.
6 for Alpha.
There you go.
So we're at 3,500. Does that mean we need to properly drop down?
Yep. Skyhawk 6 for Alpha, descend and maintain 3,000.
Descend and maintain 3,000, 6 for Alpha. Very nearly said that. So is he just telling us that because of the weather, or is he telling us that because of traffic, or?
Nope, because he can't see weather unless it's moderate precipitation or higher on his scope. So he doesn't know what weather's out there other than looking outside. So it's because there's traffic. Okay. So it's likely he's setting this guy up for a RNAV 13. So probably this one and this one. Both of these two are setting up for approaches. So since they are, he's got to keep us away from them.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, nothing going on at Pekin today. What happened to all the green grass? Almost like everything's dying.
I don't get to find it. I keep my eyes down.
You don't. Go cheating. Alright.
3,000 feet.
Alright, once you get to the level of 3,000 feet, trimmed out, all good to go, then we'll start practicing some maneuvers here.
Yep, I'm good to go.
Alright, so what do you think will happen when we make a right turn to a west heading? What do you think is going to happen on the compass?
Well, if we look at this guy, he's saying west going to increase by, or go negative by 1, so I assume it's going to look like it's lagging behind.
Okay, so why don't you try that? Let's turn right to a heading of 270.
Heading 270, 6 for Alpha. Yeah, I don't like this one. I like the other one more. They're uncomfy. They don't want to stay still. There we go.
So what do you see happening?
I honestly didn't see. If I'm supposed to be looking for something, I didn't see it.
Yeah, so compare the two gauges when we come around. So why don't you?
Okay.
So why don't you make a turn to the south?
Turning south, 6 for Alpha. I mean, I see it did lag behind a little bit. I wish this was like down here somewhere, because it is completely blocked by the foggles.
So if you see, it's ahead of where we're at right now. Yeah, it's saying you're on a south heading already. So if you were to level the airplane out, it's gonna end up coming back to south.
Ah, I see.
So there's an acronym for this one. It's NOSE. North opposite, south exaggerates.
North opposite, south
So if you're
exaggerates.
going on a north heading or turning to a north heading, it's going to be opposite what you expect. So it's going to
64 Alpha, traffic 1 o'clock, 3 miles, northeastbound, descending out of 6,800 for 4,000, a CRJ9.
Give me this guy.
All right, you can tell I'm looking for the traffic.
Looking for the traffic, 64 Alpha.
Got him inside.
5494, traffic 11 o'clock, 1 mile, southbound, 2,800 south.
Looking Blue Street 5494.
We got him.
You got him?
Yep.
64 Alpha, we have that traffic in sight.
64 Alpha, thank you, altitude discretion.
Altitude at discretion, 64 Alpha. Where do you see him?
He is actually right above us, flying right over us.
Oh, okay, I'm not going to be able to find him.
Nope. All right.
Oh, he was talking about that guy. Yeah, I thought he was talking about the other guy.
Nope. He was too high for us, so he wasn't popping on to ADSB until he got close enough to us. I think we have it set at either 3,000 or 4,000 feet above us or below us that no traffic shows.
Okay.
That way, you're not paying attention to airliners that are climbing over 30,000 feet above you.
Fair enough.
All right, so north opposite, south exaggerates. So on a north heading, if you're making a turn, it's going to initiate a turn in the opposite direction from where you're actually going, and then it's going to play catch up the entire time. If you're on a south heading like we are now, it's going to exaggerate. So if you make a turn to the west, so go ahead and do that, make a turn to the west.
Romeo, contact St. Louis 132.57.
It'll exaggerate.
133.57.
So it's going to lead you on your turn. So you see, you're only about a 200 heading. It's showing you a 230, and it's going to be roughly about the lines of latitude.
Down approach.
Just different. So up here it's about 30 to 40 degrees.
Mike Foxtrot.
315, Mike
Yeah, I see what
Foxtrot.
you mean. It's already on west, and we're not even.
Sir, we're about 20 miles west, 2,700 inbound for St. Francis Hospital.
Medevac 5, Mike Foxtrot, Fox 0231.
0321.
0231, please.
0231 for 315 Mike Foxtrot.
St. Louis approach, can you please repeat the frequency for 727 Bravo Romeo?
7 Bravo Romeo 13257, 3257.
3257, 7 Bravo Romeo.
Medevac 5 Mike Foxtrot, radar contact 18 miles west, Superior Airport, the altimeter 3005.
3005 for 315 Mike Foxtrot.
All right. Yep, I'm watching for him. Why don't you turn me to a north heading?
Turning north, 64 Alpha.
So you see, now you're turning to the north. Because you're turning to the north, it's actually lagging behind now.
Sierra Direct Mattoon looks pretty good, maybe a little bit to the right.
So if you get that to we're about 330, then when you level out, it should roll out north at the end.
Yeah, I see it like kind of stops and then now it's.
So if you lead it by about 30 degrees, it ends up leveling itself back out by the time you roll out.
Fair enough.
All right, so that's one of the compass errors. Accelerate. The other one is accelerate north, decelerate south. So if you change the RPMs on it and you start to accelerate, go faster, accelerate, it's going to turn to the north and then come back.
Contact Cherry Tower 124.0.
If you decelerate, it's going to turn to the south and then come back.
315 Mike Foxtrot.
And that happens if you're on an east-west heading.
Malibu 3, Juliet Sierra, contact Champaign Approach 132.85.
All right, so why don't you put us on an east heading?
Turning 64 Alpha. Starting to get a little bumpy up here.
Yeah, this ain't done yet. All right, so now it's on an east heading. So if you were to accelerate, it's turning to the north, and you're still on an east heading.
I see that.
And it will do that until you stop accelerating. Then if you bring it back, you're going to see it's going to drop right back down to east. And now as you're decelerating, it's going to turn to the south a little bit.
Huh. Okay.
So this is why we keep resetting this while we're in flight to make sure that your compass matches what your DG is showing. So that's why it's always important when you're on, especially a long cross country and you've flown for a little while, continuously try to reset that so that it matches on their side. When you end up making turns, you're not looking up here at the compass making turns based off of that. You're doing turns based off of what your DG shows.
4582 is 11-7, descending 11.
All right.
Bird 4582, still approach,
So,
approach 3-1 or 4.
in the world,
3-1.
Say that again.
okay. So in the world of IFR, do you know how long it takes to make a 360-degree turn at a standard rate?
Was it 60 seconds?
A little bit more than that.
I don't know then.
So it'll tell you right on the gauge right there.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. So in 2 minutes, you should be able to do a 360-degree turn at a standard rate turn. Standard rate turn in like a 172 is going to be somewhere right around 15 degrees. So.
And remind me which these markers are by increments of 5 or
10.
10. Okay, so 15 would be like right about there.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So let's try that out. So what we'll do is we'll make a turn, a full 360-degree turn. And while we're making this turn, you'll reach over, you'll hit that control button, and you'll start the timer as soon as you start your turn.
Okay.
Left.
All right, so
PD down to 6,000 for 45.
Making left 360. Start.
all right, so set it at about 15 degrees. Hold your altitude, and if all works out fine, you should come around to about a west heading in about 1 minute, and a south heading or a east heading again back in about 2 minutes. And that is providing that the rudder is coordinated the whole time as well.
Yeah. Which I'm struggling a little bit right now because of the wind.
No problem. Just a little bit less bank. There you go. Alright, so there's west. That was about 52 seconds. So if it's a little fast, that just means that there was too much bank. Came around quicker than what you were expecting.
Fair enough.
So whenever ATC has you in a downwind and says, make a right 360 for me, and you end up doing a 360, he knows it's going to take about 2 minutes for you to do a 360. So that'll allow him spacing for the next airplane. Because you will occasionally get that when you're on downwind at Peoria. They might say, hey, can you do me a right 360?
I've had it once at Bloomington.
Yep.
After a 360.
It's starting to become more common than most people think.
And I was really surprised because I'm like, what do they want me to do?
Yep. I think Olivia and I had one day when we were practicing. She goes, what does he mean? You mean he wants me to turn 360 degrees? Yep.
And boom. 360.
Alright, so we're off. Alright. Sorry about that. Apparently I'm choking on air. Very good. Alright, so we led it by about 10 seconds. That just means that at some point during that, we got more than just a 15-degree bank angle, so we came around quicker.
Okay.
But, as you can see, that's about what it takes. So if they said that they wanted you to turn to a heading right now of south, how long would it take you to turn south?
About 30 seconds.
Yeah, should take about 30 seconds. So why don't you turn to the south?
Turning to the south. I hate to say it, but instrument flight's really easy.
Lindbergh 4582, descending pounds discretion, maintain 4.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Well, I know this is all the easy stuff, but
basically the only reason you have to get about 3 hours of simulated instrument. So look at there, about 30 seconds, got you south. The only reason you have to practice it is in case you accidentally bump into IFR conditions. You're not completely helpless up here.
Yeah.
You have an idea of how to get yourself out, but you're also going to have to confess that, hey, I got an IFR, help me get out of it.
Yeah.
So let's say you were flying straight ahead right now, which I can see is there's a bank of rain in front of us. If you were to continue flying straight ahead right now, and you entered that rain, what was the first thing that would come through your mind? How would you get out of that?
Turn around.
Okay, so turn around. You would turn around and come right back at the opposite direction and try to get out of it.
Let's do a north turn.
Number 4582, thank you.
I mean, I could also just do a steep turn and really pull us around and be like, nope, I ain't fucking with rain today.
Yeah, well, the one thing to remember about steep turn is that during a steep turn, you could lose altitude, you could lose speed because it's something out of a normal standard turn. And when you're in IFR, you have zero references other than just your instruments. So you really don't want to try and do anything out of the norm.
Okay.
So just a standard rate turn is fine, because if you start getting into a steep turn, next thing you know, you could lose your focus because you entered that rain all of a sudden, and all of a sudden you got yourself in a spiral down to the ground.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, you know, not paying attention, so. Alright. So, if we wanted to climb up to 3,500, got the airplane all trimmed out right now, what's the easiest way to get yourself up to 3,500?
Full throttle, point up.
Okay, so in this airplane, what makes it easy is a couple hundred RPMs get you a standard climb at a constant rate. So you're at 90 knots right now, add about 300 RPM in there.
So that'd be 2,500.
All right, so then just let the plane take itself up.
Oh, don't even lift up, just let it.
Oh, just let it kind of do its thing. It will climb up.
And we're about to enter Charlie, should we?
Yeah, while you're doing this, why don't you give me a left turn to 270.
270.
As you can see, it's climbing up and it's holding airspeed at the same time.
That makes sense.
And this will go for the same thing when you're, just like when we're doing cross countries. What do we do when we want to start a descent coming down?
We maintain 90 knots.
Yep, so how do we do that when we want to maintain 90 knots?
I guess about 500 RPM less, but usually around 1,500, 1,600 RPM, and then...
In this plane, because it's got a little bit bigger engine, it might need a little bit more, but it's roughly about 300 RPM from wherever you're set at will help do that trick.
Okay.
So if you're at 2,300 RPM in cruise, pull back to 2,000, it should settle into about a 500 foot per minute descent, and you don't have to do anything. You can just leave the trim right where it's at. As soon as it comes down, you just add that 300 back in, and it goes right back to level flight.
So that's about 19. Right now it's up between 21 and 22, so if I just do 19, that'll, keep it at 90, and then I'll just...
Yep, it'll come down, and then all you have to do when you get down to your altitude is just add the
4582, the
RPM back into your cruise.
2,500.
PD down to 2.5.
Okay.
Alright, so now we're at 3,500. Alright. How would you navigate to the Peoria VOR right now?
Well, I'm on 5.2, and then turn this until I start to see it flip over, and then once it flips, try and figure out where it is. So, oh, that's south. You want it? Is it? No, it's north right now, so it's the other way. Make sure we're doing a 2 indication, and find right about there. So, I mean, I'm going to cross the line because I'm flying this way. And then as soon as I get it pointed, I would say, okay, Peoria VOR is about this heading, and then I would turn to that heading north, so then I would figure this out was probably about here, and then start doing that. But I'm afraid to enter Class C right now, so.
Alright, so fly outbound on the radio then.
Fly outbound. So, flying outbound, that would be about there. We've got our from indication. Let's go ahead and turn ourselves to the south. Make sure we're maintaining our altitude. So let's point us a little south. And then we're going to figure out where that station is. So right about there. So let's just say
Lindbergh 4582 heading 220 out of the turn. The airport's 2 o'clock 10 miles.
220 on the heading, looking for the airport.
course is still to our left, so turn a little bit more to the left. Try and get back on that course. Now we're flying away from the VOR.
Yeah, but once you get it about within 1 dot of center line on that, start doing like 5 to 10 degree turns at max, because otherwise you will pass right past it, then you'll have to turn back the other direction and overshoot it to come back. 45. And you'll play the snake game
4582,
going down the line.
Runway 31, contact the tower.
There's the line, so yeah, we don't want to play the snake game, so let's do
clear for the visual, 31.
Within 1 dot, let's just kind of get it back over.
Yep, so that heading shows you're technically on the 165 radial, so if you turn to a heading of 165, then you should be flying down the radial, and then you just have to make minor corrections to stay on that radial.
Ooh, hey. That's right in front of us, should we?
I mean, I see the rain in front of us, but it's not going to affect us.
It's showing heavy precipitation, though. Fine.
Yeah, I can see where the rain starts. Alright, why don't you put me on a west heading.
Turning west.
And then while you're at it, why don't you come down to 3,000.
3,000. Ooh! Big ol' wind. Maintain our 90. A little bit more trim. Trust thine instruments.
Yeah, all that rain's up high. Interesting. Because on 2 of the radars it doesn't show it, which is the lowest tilt, which is basically ground level rain. And it's showing nothing all the way to Springfield. But I can clearly see rain.
Yeah. $3,000.
Alright, 90 knots, 3,000, level flight, west heading. You almost make it look too easy.
I wish it was this easy all the time. Why can't landings be this easy?
Alright, now we're going to jumble you all up here. So, alright, so now we're going to do unusual attitudes. Okay. So, I will take control of the airplane, so I got control.
You have control.
I got control. Alright, so during this maneuver, you'll put your head down, and then put your head up against the side of the plane there. There you go. That'll keep your head from being too balanced. I'm going to put it into a series of maneuvers.
Gotta make sure my foggles don't get crazy. Wee!
Alright, recover.
Recover. what altitude? 3,000?
Yeah, we'll just do 3,000. Realistically, you just have to take it to level flight. So,
Oh, realistic? Okay.
so in case he takes you up 500 or down 500 or something like that, he's not looking for you to get back up to the same altitude. He just needs you to show that you can get to level flight.
Okay. Again.
All right, so when you're in a nose down altitude like that, what's your recovery technique?
Well, first get my feet on the controls, understand where everything is. If we're heading down, immediately pull out throttle, make sure that we're not aiming downwards. Make sure we're not about to stall, because if let's say you immediately push me down, we're already at stall speed, make sure I'm not about to restall the plane, but generally speaking, I'm going to turn this back towards the east. Alright, I don't want to keep going towards that weather. But yeah, pull up throttle, level us off, watch for my 90 knots, get to the 90 knots, level off, and then just kind of do it from there. If we're heading up, and the throttle's not all the way in, push throttle all the way in while I get back onto a level heading. If the plane's tilted, obviously tilt it back to left or right.
Okay. So one thing to watch when the nose is down. The nose up, not too worried about. Nose down. So in case he puts you close to the yellow arc, which he is likely to do, remember, power out and then one control at a time. That way you don't overstress the airframe, especially if he gets you into the yellow arc. Just remember, one control at a time. So roll the wings level first, then start pushing the elevator forward or backward as needed to level the airplane.
Okay.
By reducing the roll on the airplane, you're reducing the G-forces that you're imposing on the wing as you're starting to pull back and level the airplane. So just remember, one control at a time. So, power out,
contact,
roll level,
proceed direct
then get the attitude back to level.
Chicago's probably going to have some vectors or something.
Now when you're doing a climb, no, nothing to really worry about.
Yeah, I'm showing lights moderate, 12 o'clock.
Power up, and then just get yourself a level.
In diameter.
One at a time, got it. Again.
All right, my controls.
Your controls.
My controls.
Runway 3517, tail approach. Rudder, expect visual approach runway 2, and maintain 3000. Envoy 3437, contact Chicago Center, 135.15 to help you get around that weather. Envoy 3517, turn 10 degrees left, vector to final.
Recover.
And he fucked with the trim.
Yep, I sure did. You're not getting out that easy.
Alright.
Down 283 Charlie Papa, San Luis approach, Roger, visual approach 11, descend and maintain 5000.
These foggles. There we go.
Yep, that looks good. You got it in level flight. All right, what do you want more?
Yep.
All right, my controls.
Your controls.
My controls. Woo! Look at those G's. I can hear my headset just beeping at me because I keep bumping the Bluetooth button. Wee. Wee.
Envoy 3517, flighting 290 vector for your descent.
Go, speed racer.
That's 3 Charlie Papa, Roger.
Recover.
level.
I don't know who my phone just tried calling.
Tried to call Dean mid-flight.
I was calling the Peoria Public School District.
Awkward.
Awkward. Yeah, now she's probably going to call me back. All right. Why don't you, let's see what the weather looks like out here. That looks pretty good. All right, if you want, you can take the goggles off, so I'll take controls.
Envoy 3517, do you want to continue cross final for the descent, or you think you'll make it down?
I can see.
Oh my gosh, it's VFR all again.
Yep, Envoy 3517, maintain 3000.
Alright, my controls.
Your controls. All right, good job with all of that. We'll continue practicing that as we come up towards the check ride and whatnot. I didn't see anything that we really need to discuss too much because, you know, you did pretty good with all of that. Your altitude control was great. You did bounce up and down. That's what most people end up doing, is going 200 plus or minus on that maneuver. You did just fine.
I'm 3 Charlie Papa, reduce speed to 210.
Alright, let's see here.
Envoy 3517, turn right heading at 050.
Alright, since we're out here, why don't we drop in for a couple landings at Pekin, and then we will head back to Peoria.
Okay, can you take the controls? I gotta fix.
Sure, my controls.
Cue your controls.
I'll go ahead and get you started heading back that way.
Forgot to bring my hair tie today, and I'm paying for it. Alright, Pekin, we got TTAP Unicom 122.8, 1228. Put it in our second, start listening in. Do we need to let St. Louis approach departure now?
I don't know, do we?
Technically it's an uncontrolled field, but we should probably just let them know that we're going to do some touch and goes, right? I actually don't know the answer to this question.
Airport is 11 o'clock,
Yeah.
10 miles.
So anytime you're wanting to switch frequencies from them,
Envoy
you do have to let them know what you're planning to do.
Okay.
Otherwise, they're going to expect you to keep talking, and if you decide you're going to go into Pekin, he's going to be like, what are you doing? Are you going to Pekin? What's going on? So you can let him know that you want to go into Pekin for a few landings, and then you'll be going back to Peoria afterwards.
Okay. So would I say St. Louis approach or departure, or do I just say St. Louis? Does it matter?
Yeah, you'd say St. Louis approach or departure. Doesn't matter which one you call them.
Envoy 3517,
it's interchangeable.
contact tower 124.6.
St. Louis approach, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha.
Go ahead.
We're looking to land at Pekin for a couple of touch and goes and then come back to Peoria.
64 Alpha, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, you can keep that code.
We'll keep this code, frequency change approved, 64 Alpha, have a nice day.
Yep.
Alright, so we're going to keep them in the background.
Number 3 Charlie
Frequency change has been approved, so we're going to go over to this one. Radar service is terminated. So now we're looking out for the airport. So Class C starts at 1,800 feet. Pekin is at 530 feet, so our pattern altitude there is going to be 1,600. We don't want to hit Class C, so we're going to come on down to about 2,000 right now and then make our way towards Pekin. We're going to go and do a direct in here. We're going to say nearest airport, C15, Pekin. Actually, that'll at least point us in the right direction.
Charlie on the practice VR Alpha approach into Iowa City.
We know C175 has runways 27 and 09. Winds were at 220 last time we left PIA. We can also just...
Illinois surrounding states available flight service frequencies. Advise on this contact cave information. Quebec.
Quebec.
Your Tower information, Quebec, 10540 observation, wind 0408, visibility 10, 5,500 scattered, 7,500 scattered, ceiling 1000 broken, temperature 240.17, altimeter 3004. Remarks, lightning to the distance, southeast and south.
Alright, so 080 at 4 is what he said?
Yep, 040 at 8.
040 at 8, okay. So that means we want to probably use runway 09 and not runway 27. So we're about 6 miles out. Once we hit about 5 miles out, we're going to call Pekin and say, hey yo Pekin, we're coming in. We're going to cross over midfield, enter into the left traffic downwind for, I'm actually going to come this way. We're at 2,000 feet. We're going to say crossing over midfield, entering left traffic downwind for runway 09. I think you answered this question last time, but it's generally bad practice to set up for a long final or long approach onto an untowered field, right?
Yeah, unless you're in a Cirrus. That's the only time you can get away with it.
Okay. Oh, that was a joke, okay.
Yep, yeah. Cirrus pilots never want to enter the pattern. They always try to do straight in approaches.
Okay.
So, the running joke is that.
They're gonna, yeah. So, Pekin traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is inbound for runway 09. We're going to be crossing midfield, entering into left traffic downwind for runway 09. Pekin traffic. There's my 5 mile call, telling them when I'm going to do. And as I get closer to the midfield, I'm going to call and say crossing midfield. Watching my altitude, we're at 1,800. Pattern altitude is 1,600. And we have now officially breached under the Class C, so as long as we maintain under Class C, we'll be okay. And I've got Pekin in sight. I hope you do too.
Oh yeah. I can spot that thing from a mile away.
1,700 and 1,600. So let's maintain this.
I think it's a pretty good rain out there.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not moving towards us.
No, it doesn't look like it is. It's moving to the southeast.
It's been looking kind of stationary, but it keeps getting darker, so it worries me.
Yeah, we're fine. We're far enough away from it. So we'll do a couple landings here, and then we'll go back to Peoria, and whatever you want to do at Peoria, we can do. If you want to continue doing landings at Peoria, or if you just want to do a full stop, completely up to you.
So when I cross midfield, I don't want to be at pattern traffic altitude. What's the general?
You want to be 500 above it. Now this is where there's a caveat coming into this one, because if you're 500 above, you're going to be in the Charlie.
Right.
So what most people do here at Pekin is coming in at pattern altitude and entering directly into the left downwind and not doing a teardrop to come back around.
Okay.
So if you plan to enter right with the pattern, then you'll enter at pattern altitude. If you're planning to teardrop, then you have to be 500 above pattern.
Okay, so we're not going to teardrop, we're going to be at pattern.
So generally what I do at places like this, if I know I'm going to enter directly into the left pattern, so that way you got everything all set up. You'll do your pre-landing checks before you get to the runway. And I usually put myself a little bit more than half distance, that way I give myself some time to level out.
Fair enough. Landing checks, C-gumps.
There you go.
You reminded me. C for car Pete, G for gas, U for undercarriage. We don't have landing carriage gear, all that kind of stuff. M for mixture is N. P for power?
Prop.
That's
which we
right.
can't adjust.
Yeah, we don't have a prop. And then S for seatbelt.
Yep, and switches.
Pre-landing checklist, mixture is richened. Landing light is on, autopilot's off, seatbelt harnesses, fuel, flaps, all good. And we're going to go ahead and get back up to pattern altitude because I'm doing checklists and forgetting. We're now 1 mile out. Pekin traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is crossing midfield into left traffic for runway 09, 64 Alpha. 1,600 feet. Gonna try and get a bit closer to the midfield here. We are going to cross midfield. I've never landed at Pekin before, but I have driven an autocross.
Alright. Well, as you're flying over, this is a good time to look down and see if you can find a windsock. Make sure it matches the runway that you're trying to do.
Oh man, I can't see the windsock. Barely see it on the...
Yep, I can see the airplane pointing into the wind, so it looks like it is favoring runway 9.
Okay. Thank you. Pekin traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is entering onto downwind left traffic for runway 9, 64 Alpha. I should have said Pekin traffic, not 64 Alpha.
That's alright.
Jacksonville traffic 4656 Victor, 10 miles to the south, inbound 13, Jacksonville.
Alright, 1,600 feet. Getting into our downwind. I'm going to go ahead and configure here in a second. We'll go ahead and configure 1,500. 80. First natch of flop. First natch of flops.
Oh yeah, it's one of those days, huh?
One of those days.
Alright, for this first one, just do a normal landing. We're going to taxi off on this one.
Okay.
And then we're going to go back to the runway and we're going to do a short field takeoff, and we'll go through all that.
Pekin traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is entering onto the left base for runway 09. Pekin traffic. The turn. Pekin traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is entering onto final for runway 09. Pekin traffic. Oh man, I way overshot that. Final notch of flaps. Bring us to our glide speed. Get us back on the center line. Back on the center line. Just kill the bug. Rip
How
that bug.
dare you?
Oh man, I've got my foot planted on the right rudder and I'm still feeling like I'm turning not enough. Ugh. Oh man, nope, go around. Pekin traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is going around, runway 9. Entering up to the upwind. Pekin traffic.
Jacksonville traffic 56 Victor, 5 miles south, we're going to enter.
Oh, look at that windsock now.
It's like, how dare you want to land on me?
Yeah, I had my foot planted all the way over, and as soon as I tried to lift back, it just immediately like shifted. I did not like that at all. Let's get back to our 75, let's climb, flaps are up. 75. Pattern altitude's 1,600, so at 1,300 we're going to make our crosswind turn. Pekin traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is entering onto left crosswind for runway 09. Pekin traffic. Try that again. felt like a really strong crosswind, but there's no wind info. So let me...
0408, visibility 10. 5,500 scattered.
Oh, I need to put that on the... Oh, man. Okay, I can't. We need to stay on this frequency because we need to pay attention to traffic. Peak in traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is entering on the left downwind for runway 09. Peak in traffic. And I overshot. Don't hit Charlie. That windsock is fully extended.
It's got some stars in it.
Traffic, 566, there's right downwind, 13 Jacksonville.
Alright, so this is where it comes into crosswind landing. So as you're on downwind, just make sure that you watch your ground track and make sure it doesn't blow you towards the runway and shorten your approach, your base leg up on you.
Well, now that I'm looking at it, look, it's straight down the runway.
Yeah, it's shifting quite a bit.
So, well, we'll see. It is definitely blowing me towards the runway, though. And I'm below traffic, so let's bring ourselves back up to pattern before I decide to configure. Always gives myself the altitude advantage. Alright, 1,600 and configure. First notch flaps. Peak in traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is entering on a left base for runway 09. Peak in traffic. Yeah, it blew me really far towards the runway and it's still blowing me.
Jacksonville traffic, 566, right to
Northeast of the field, we'll be setting up for the straight in runway 18.
I hope that wasn't for Beacon.
Nope, Beacon doesn't have 18.
Oh yeah, it's 2709.
Yep. There are plans for a 1836, but that'll never happen.
Beacon traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is turning on to final for runway 09. Beacon traffic.
This is fine.
Oh man. Watching my speed. Final notch of flaps. There's our 70. Everything's gonna be alright. And of course it's not coming back down the runway this time. Now it said, nope, you're trying to land back to crosswind. Good luck.
Jackass. Alright. So just stay on top of your rudder and stay on top of your aileron in case it does shift, because it looks like it's trying to do it now.
Runway. Coming. Oh, that was a big bounce.
Alright, get your aileron correction in there so it doesn't get up underneath your wing.
That was a really tough crosswind, but I think I managed it and landed.
Yep. Alright, so go ahead and taxi off the runway here.
Peak in traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is clear of runway 09. Peak in traffic.
So watch calling too early. You technically are still on the runway until you cross this threshold.
Okay.
Right here, so. But since you already made the call, yep, so go ahead and head back to the runway here.
Get off of the runway and then do our post-landing check.
Alrighty.
After landing, flaps are up, strobes are off. I'm gonna leave our strobes on, leave our landing light on, pitot heat off, mixture in, trim, take off, and squawk. 3, we're good.
Yep, you can go ahead and taxi over there. I'm just checking a voicemail. Somebody called me while we're on final.
Oh man. Yeah, that landing was, I think, the roughest landing I've ever done.
Ah, that wasn't bad.
Maybe not for you, but for me that was 100%. I've never had it like.
Well, these Cessnas are built to take a lot more than that. I can tell you that.
Well, that's good because I don't ever want to do that again.
I've been in some doozies before, and they will handle it. I'll show you a video when we get back.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what it looks like on the outside. Maybe on the outside it just looks like it just went like it was fine, but in here it just seems a lot worse.
Yeah, there's actually a video where NASA did a drop test on a 172, and you can watch how the gear just flexes and then brings the plane back nice. To sitting on the ground. Now,
as long as they didn't destroy the tires, I guess we're good.
Well, you'll be fine. Yeah, you'll blow a tire long before you just destroy the airplane. So, all right. So we're gonna do a short field on this one.
Short field takeoff.
Yep. Okay. So you're gonna assume the end of the taxiway here, straight across the runway. That's the end of the runway.
Okay.
On this one. So assume that's the end of the runway. So have you done a short field before?
We did one together. 10 degrees of flaps. Hold on to the brakes. Full power. Once you see the throttle or the RPMs come up, you let go of the brakes and then take off. Wait for 55 again, and then you take off as soon as the plane's basically catching the air and not stalling.
Yep. So you'll climb out at your 55. As soon as you bring that nose back, bring it back, let it climb out, and hold that 55 until you clear the obstacle. Once you clear that obstacle, and I tell you you're clear of it, then you can bring the nose down just enough to start building airspeed again. And then once you know that you're increasing in speed and you're still climbing, then you can start bringing the flaps up. Then just climb out at your normal rate. So we'll transition to normal climb. So, all right. So go ahead and announce your takeoff, and then we'll go ahead and taxi into position and take off.
Peak in traffic, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is taking off via runway 9. Peak in traffic.
Go ahead and close my winder. 10 degrees of flaps. So you're saying like the line, or are you talking about this line?
Over here, it's like the grass line. Assume
Okay.
it goes all the way across the runway.
And we're going to get as far to the runway edge as possible. Alright, elevator's neutral, so I'm not getting blown by the wind. Get ourselves lined up. Fully on the brakes. Ready?
Yep, hold the brakes.
Windsock is very much pointing in this direction.
Yep, so hold that aileron in all the way. And then you'll just loosen it as you start to feel the plane start to dip that direction. So power all the way in. Check your gauges. Everything look green.
Green, 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 green. Good.
All right, let go. All right, and then to help it, you can put a little bit of nose pressure down, and that puts the longitudinal axis right straight down the runway, so you'll get up there quicker in speed.
And 55.
As soon as the wall is up, then just
Lightning.
hold. All right.
Up. Hit that 55 back. 55. Kind of 60, 55, but 55, 60.
Alright, and you cleared your obstacle.
Clear the obstacle, bring us down so we can start getting some speed and climb. We're seeing our speed. Climb good, speed good, so last 100 flaps. Bring us to 75. And pull up to 75.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and bring it around the pattern here. Yeah, we're probably gonna...
That was a really close lightning strike. It was pretty much where this wall was meeting, so...
Yeah, take us back to Peoria.
Okay.
It's only 10 miles.
Tower 124.0.
Over Tower 24.0, 8 Quebec Army. St. Louis approach, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, just off of Pekin Municipal, heading back towards Peoria International.
Skyhawk 64 Alpha, St. Louis approach, ident. Skyhawk 64 Alpha's radar contact over Pekin, altimeter is 3003. Make a straight in for runway 4.
Straight in, runway 4, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha.
Alright. So we set our call sign, so we're clear to enter the Charlie. Straight in, runway 4, direct to nearest airport, KPIA, activate there. Run away!
Yeah, generally you want to be about 20 miles from a thunderstorm, and that one is now within 10.
Yeah.
So it shifted and it's blowing north now.
Let's get in, let's land, let's get the fuck out of here. Have I told you about my fear of lightning and thunder?
Yep, that's why I'm having you take us back, so.
It's not like a irrational, like, oh my god, we're all gonna die, panic. It's just like, hey, my heart rate has increased.
Well,
that's crazy.
Well, that's exactly why I'm not going to put you in a position like that, so. Yeah, it's basically sitting stationary over that wind farm.
Contact Peoria Tower 124.0.
Contact Tower 124.0, have a nice day, see ya.
Alright.
Peoria Tower, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha is 9 miles south of Peoria International, direct in runway 4, 64 Alpha.
Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, Peoria Tower, runway 4, cleared land, wind 020 at 8.
Cleared land, runway 4, 64 Alpha.
Alright, so there's one that's, it looks like he's coming into Peoria runway 4 as well. He's ahead of you. He'll probably be on the ground before you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try and get over to the actual runway heading and then bring us down to 2,000 for heading towards pattern already. And I'll try and be quick about it too, because I don't want to get caught with a storm.
Oh, you're going to outrun it by a long shot, so don't worry about it.
But if we have to do a go around.
Don't do a go around. Alright.
Yeah, he's already landing, he's already good.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, I think that tail number is a King Air. So he's going slightly faster. Alright, so I set you up with the ILS into runway 4. So you can actually follow that in and see how close you are on your approach.
This one?
The bottom one.
Bottom one. So what's this one doing right now?
That is completely driven by GPS.
Okay.
So right now it's displaying...
Oh, it's just pointing us towards the... Okay.
Yeah, so if you reset it, you did direct to right now, it'll reset your line to wherever you're at, direct to Peoria again.
Alright. Well, did you just reset this on accident, or is that still good?
Nope, it's still there. So it only operates off this one. So once you get lined up with runway 4, you should start to see the localizer center. And then your glide slope, you're within glide slope distance now, so once you get close enough to it, it'll actually arm the glide slope as well.
Okay.
I shouldn't say arm because the autopilot is inopt, so.
Tower 8, Quebec Romeo, we're going to the ATS, sir.
Number 8, Quebec Romeo, roger, turn left at Echo, contact ground, .85.
Echo, ground, .85, the Quebec Romeo.
Okay, that's the King Air telling him he's off the runway, but like, it was unintelligible. I'm gonna start doing that as soon as we land, get off the runway, and we go. Bring me to General Aviation, please. Alrighty. What is that? Something taking off? Or is that a bird?
The bird. He said, nope, he's out of here too.
Alright, let's hit our 80, go ahead and put our first notch of flaps in.
There's no way that's a bird. That thing is flying.
That's a plane, right? It has to be. Or maybe it's a drone? Something. That's booking it.
I don't know, I'm waiting for it to pop up on ADS-B.
It's a UAP, there we go. Our first alien of the day.
I lost wherever it's at now. Oh well.
Alright, so we're below the glide slope. We're still at pattern altitude while I enter into the glide slope and get back onto the runway heading. I've got my Pappy lights in sight. Pappy. I call my grandfather Pappy. I love him very much. And Pappy, if you ever watch this, you know how much you mean to me. Alright. On runway heading. So this is telling me I'm way below glide slope, isn't it?
That means the glide slope is below you.
Oh, that's right. You want to move towards the line. Yeah, okay.
Yep. So you're right down the center line.
So second notch of flaps.
So usually on an instrument, what you do here is you just pull out some power and let it come down, because you'll want to keep your same speed on the approach. So just like how we practiced up there, pulling out power will let you come down quicker. And then as you start to see that line come in, then you'll just add gradual amounts of power back in so you hold your speed by keeping your pitch. So there's half deflection.
And you're going to have to teach me how to set this up also.
So now that you're coming up on half deflection, you're going to see, if you look out, you're going to see the two lights are going to switch over to 2 red, 2 white once you're right on.
Yep, there it is.
Right now it's a little...
Or no, it's now it's
Yep,
all
so you're
white.
actually still gaining altitude, so if you brought some power out, just let it kind of settle in here. Yep, keep doing your normal approach here.
Final notch of flaps, landing lights on. I didn't turn off my landing light going from here to Peoria, but they pretty much just gave us straight in landing clearance, so.
That's fine, because when you're within about 5 miles of the airport, you need to have your landing lights on anyway, so. Alright, so now it's catching up with you, so if you just add a little bit of power in, there you go. Now you just continue your approach in here. So 2 red, 2 white, and it's expecting a 500 foot per minute descent. So if you have a 500 foot per minute descent in this airplane, you're going to follow that line all the way in.
Not saying it's below us. I mean, we're runway in sight, so at this point it's
at this point it's just VFR, so. And if you were to follow those lines all the way in, all the way until you smack into the runway, you're going to smack on those 1,000 footers. Nice job. Kind of wish I would have followed that drone a little bit longer, because I probably would have called it out to him.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Charlie 6 for Alpha, left at Echo, ground .85.
Left at Echo, ground .85. Have a nice day. See you, 6 Bravo.
See you.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the same guy again, but.
Yep, so
121.85.
Yep, and actually stay on him until So you're actually off the runway.
Okay. In case he's like expedite your exit or something. Yeah.
Yep. So keep rolling forward.
Turning left at Echo. Up, follow the Olympic Road. Cut the corner. This is all over the ground. See this?
Yep, I don't know what that is.
Like rust spots, but from what?
I think it's a lab exploded in there. I don't know what that is. It's all over the place though.
They were doing like their drops and stuff, so I wonder if it's something to do with that.
Could be.
Alright, flaps are up, strobes off, landing light off, taxi light on, pitot heat off, make sure as required, leaning out just a tiny bit, and contact ground. KPIA ground, Skyhawk 564 Alpha, just off of runway 4 at Echo, requesting taxi to Byerly Aviation.
Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, pure ground, taxi to parking via Alpha Papa.
Taxi via Alpha Papa 64 Alpha. Alright, so turning on to Alpha. Open up my window because it's hot. Clear left, clear to the right, clear straight ahead. Point us into the wind a little bit. Gonna call it out?
I was gonna ask him about that NOTAM. And ground 6 for Alpha, do you got time for a question?
6 for Alpha, go ahead.
Hey, on Tuesday I see there's a NOTAM out where pretty much all the taxiways except for everything up here by 422 is going to be closed. Is that for like a military exercise or something?
Yeah, so the C-130s are planning on doing 300-pound drops out of the back of their C-130s on that day.
Oh, nice. All right, cool. Well, thanks for the info. 6 for Alpha.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, it looks like it should only be about 30 minutes. I think they got a 2-ship that's going to come in and do it. I think one of the senators or congressmen is going to be riding along with them.
Oh, we got to put on a good show.
We try.
Ground Limburg 4411. Sorry about that. We missed the 5 minutes prior, but we are pushing now off of gate 6.
4411, not a problem, sir. You can push without discretion and just standard call for release upon your taxi.
Roger, thanks. 4411.
This ground guy's nice. I like him.
Oh, yeah.
Can I take him home and adopt him? This is my cat. This is my ground controller.
Yeah, you'll meet all those controllers when we're up there, if they're on duty.
Yeah, I don't know.
Usually,
who knows who we're going to have at 8 a.m. on a Friday, I guess. Do they have the same rules as flying? Like they can't work more than 8 hours and they have to like be taken out of the seat kind of thing?
Yeah, they got a break room down there and they transfer in and out of the break room all the time, and it's actually pretty cool the way they've got it set up there, because you can still see the remnants of what it used to be when there was Peoria approach and control as well.
Oh, okay.
And how it transitioned to St. Louis, and now they're doing different things up in the tower.
Why did they get rid of Peoria approach? They just not...
They just kind of adopted us.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because they took over the whole Springfield side, the Bloomington side.
I mean, with how technology works at this point, just technically put all the controllers of the entire United States all in one room and call it a day. But I can understand why they don't want to do that.
One well-placed bomb.
Don't
take out all of ATC.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yep, that'll never happen. We're too smart.
That wind's really blowing me. And unfortunately, Dean is now sitting at 30 gallons total.
That's right, Gavin's going to have the plane tomorrow, so Gavin gets to figure that one out.
Good enough for me. Back to 1,000, flaps up. All the lights are off. Lights are off, PLT very, very silent, avionics off. See ya!